Well, huge developments this week regarding Northern Powerhouse Rail. It looks like the government are fully committed to it. They've set out a huge plan to improve rail links between cities and towns in the north of England. We're going to delve into that, take a big look at it, what people are saying, what are people thinking, are they happy about this? We're going to take a look into it all. We're also not just going to focus on that though, we've also got other big news from the Caledonian Sleeper as it has started calling at Birmingham International, and we're also going to be talking about White Rose Station. Stay tuned.
Now for us, it's faster trains, Leeds to Sheffield, Leeds to York, Leeds to Bradford, investment in making our Leeds City Station fit for purpose, and the same with Sheffield and York.
And Northern Powerhouse Rail will be a mixture of new railway stations, new lines, and also upgrading what we already have.
Yes, so as I've just mentioned, huge news this week. The government has set out its plans to improve rail links between cities and towns in the north of England with a multi-billion pound infrastructure scheme known as Northern Powerhouse Rail. Now, this will not be the first time you are hearing of Northern Powerhouse Rail. You see, this project first came about 10 years ago, and there's been back and forth. We're gonna do it, not sure we're gonna do it. High Speed 2 came along, then they decided, we're not gonna do High Speed 2 up to Leeds. Let's do Northern Powerhouse Rail instead. Not sure about doing Northern Powerhouse Rail. And now we're back to we're gonna do Northern Powerhouse Rail. So the government has pledged an initial £1.1 billion for design and preparation. That's a lot of money. I don't think you could fit all that money in your pocket, could you? Now, there is a cap of £45 billion on central funding over the scheme's lifetime, which could last well into the 2030s. I mean, look, we're just going to put this out there. You're not going to be riding Northern Powerhouse Rail trains in like 10 years' time. So don't get... I'm going to say it, right? Don't get too excited just yet. Because, you know. So, there's going to be different phases to Northern Powerhouse Rail. The first will see upgrades to the lines between Leeds, York, Bradford and Sheffield. And the first phase will also look into developing the Leamside line, which would run from Hello in Gateshead to Tersdale in County Durham. Now, according to the government's plan, the second phase will see a new route between Manchester and Liverpool running via Manchester Airport and Warrington. Phase 3 will involve significant improvements to rail links between Manchester and cities in Yorkshire. Now, this includes new stations at Manchester Airport and Warrington Bank Quay getting a low-level station. Those are just some of the things that the government are promising as part of the package. But details, funding and timelines have not yet been confirmed. Now, it also says that it is also considering improvements to Liverpool Lime Street and Central stations. At Manchester Airport, platforms will be lengthened to accommodate longer and, as the government says, more frequent trains at a cost of £115 million. This had previously been announced by Network Rail as part of the Manchester and North West Transformation Programme for delivery in around 2030. Now, not everybody is happy about this, of course. Someone's got to complain. And in this instance, it's Hull. Because councillors in Hull and local politicians have criticised the government after Hull was not included. The City Council leader in Hull, Mike Ross, said that the region had been failed again. They feel that this has completely missed out Hull, forgotten about Hull, not considered Hull or the East Riding of Yorkshire area, so they are not very impressed with these plans at all. Now, in response to this, the government has insisted that the whole of the north will benefit from faster, more frequent and more reliable journeys from east to west. Now, also responding to what the Hull City Council leader said, a spokesperson for the Department for Transport has said that actually Hull is going to be benefiting from the Transpennine route upgrade, the £11 billion project which aims to reduce journey times across the north. Now, independent campaign group Rail Future Yorkshire have welcomed the wider proposals, but said it was concerned by the lack of funding for other essential regional upgrades. The campaign group's chair, Nina Smith, has said that years of underinvestment have left Yorkshire's rail network, I'll quote here, creaking at the seams. She says that trains are often overcrowded and delays are consistently there to like an unacceptable level, she says. Now, she also says that the organisation welcomes the government to commitment in the north, but they are concerned that the proposals do not go far enough and will not be delivered fast enough. So, the city of Bradford, let's focus on that for just a moment. That seems to be quite a big focus in this Northern Powerhouse Rail project, with plans regarding a new station are going to be announced over summer. The project has been hailed as the biggest transformation to travel in the north in a generation. And Bradford, as I've just mentioned, is included in the first phase of the programme, with confirmation of the immediate plans coming over summer. It's expected that this electrification and upgrades could accelerate journey times between Leeds and Bradford by up to 10 minutes, shortening journeys to just 12 minutes, which is very fast. At the minute, it's around 15 to 20 depending what route you take. The Labour government says that the previous government's failure to offer better transport links to cities like Bradford, Leeds and Manchester were an economic dereliction of duty, with communities across the region repeatedly sold false promises of growth and better connectivity, and many people choosing to leave their hometowns as a result. It also says that Northern Powerhouse Rail will see a major new rail service that is faster and more frequent, transforming commutes from Liverpool, Manchester, Warrington, Leeds, Bradford, Sheffield, York and Newcastle and Hull. Now, interestingly, it's also said that the Northern Powerhouse Rail will actually build on what's currently ongoing with the Transpennine route upgrades. So that's sort of going to go hand in hand by what I can gather. Now, I put out a thing on my Instagram to ask people what they thought about the announcement. Some people are in favour, some people are not. My favourite comment was this one. It makes Scotland look Victorian again. I thought that was really funny. Anywho, that is quite enough of, Northern Powerhouse Rail. Quite enough of that just for now. We're going to move on to something else now. The first train has crossed a new rail bridge which was installed after months of ongoing work. The new Clifton Bridge, which spans the M6 near Penrith in Cumbria and weighs about 3,000 tonnes. I don't personally think I could lift that with my bare hands. It was moved into place at the weekend. Network Rail said the first train across was a northbound service coming out of Manchester and travelled over the bridge between about 6:15 and 6:30. It ends weeks of disruption on the West Coast Main Line, which is one of the UK's busiest routes, running from London Euston up to Glasgow. The 130 metre or 426 foot steel bridge replaced the old concrete one, which was almost 60 years old. Network Rail has previously said that the bridge would improve the safety and reliability of passengers and reduce train delays. Now, I am sure at this point you probably are aware, and you probably will have seen this all over. I know quite a few YouTubers have covered this, but diversions were in place along the scenic Settle and Carlisle line of Anti-West Coast ran some diversion services along there using their 805 trains, which were quite problematic, breaking down a few times and having a few issues. Now, workers have laid new track, installed overhead line equipment and readied the signalling following work at the weekend to move the bridge structure in place. Now, Network Rail has said that a temporary speed limit and lane closure on the M6 below would remain in place until July. Okay, and we're going back to Yorkshire now, where the Mayor of West Yorkshire, Tracy Brabin, has announced that work will resume on the part-finished White Rose station, allegedly. Now, the station construction stalled on the railway project between Cottingley and Morley in March 2024 after costs rose above the £26 million budget, and it's just been kind of sitting idle ever since for like the last 2 years. Now, the Mayor, Tracy Brabin, she has said that issues are now being resolved after talks between the rail industry and West Yorkshire Combined Authority, and that has ended the deadlock. Situated on the Leeds to Huddersfield line, the station is being built next to the White Rose Business Park and is near the White Rose Shopping Centre. God, I wonder why it's called White Rose, eh? Now, on the 22nd of January, which is so the Thursday after this is coming out, Combined Authority members will be asked to approve £1.4 million of development funding and enter an agreement with Network Rail. An update on full costs associated with completing the scheme, an estimated completion date and information on appointing contractors will be discussed in a future meeting. But work is still requiring completion at the station, including external cladding, internal fit out and other mechanical and electrical works. Gosh, thirsty work is this being a whatever you want to call this. I wanted to say newsreader, that's a bit of a stretch, innit? Let's be honest. Right, anyway, what have we got next? Let's have a look, shall we? Ah, yes, let's talk about the Caledonian Sleeper, as the Caledonian Sleeper is going, well, actually, at the time this video is going out, they will have already started calling at Birmingham International. Now, Caledonian Sleeper says it is the most significant change to its network in more than 3 decades, with passengers being able to travel on direct services between Birmingham International, which serves Birmingham Airport, and Aberdeen, Fort William, and Inverness. Caledonian Sleeper says journeys between the West Midlands and the Highlands are underserved by existing transport options in the 3 sections. Now, these services will arrive in Aberdeen at 7:50 a.m, Inverness at 8:45 a.m, and Fort William at 10 a.m. Each will be calling at all the other usual stations along the route, and southbound trains will run through the night, arriving at Birmingham International at 6:20 in the morning. Okay, and that is going to do it for this little episode. I do hope you've enjoyed. If you have, give it a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and if you do have any thoughts on any of the topics covered in today's little show episode thing, then do let me know down in the comments. And by the way, yes, I am aware that is falling down. I will fix that, I am sure someone has probably noticed that, and that's really annoyed them this whole episode. But yeah, I will see you in the next one.